friends.
Good to see you. We're going to talk about Sew Your Pride. Hi, Bree.
Hey.
Hello. Let's see if Ainsley shows up and joins us. It's Sunday. Thank you. This is my newest dress that I'm going to be showing off today for Sew Your Pride. Just wait a couple more minutes.
Whew. I'm up in my attic.
Yeah.
Well, my spouse is watching football with his mom, which is adorable. And my kid is trying to sleep. So I'm like up here and it is warm. Yeah. Can we call it glowing? It is like, I'm just sweating. That's all it is.
It just looks like a really good highlighter. So I think
yeah, I went really big on the highlighter. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to see your frock, your dress.
Oh my God. With all of the gathers, it's like every gather anybody could ever want.
Awesome.
Well, let's start chatting a little bit. I think Ainsley's going to be joining us as well.
Hey, Kayla.
We get to just come on and talk a little bit about Sew Your Pride and to talk about what we're doing for Sew Your Pride. This has been a sort of like challenge or kind of like monthly theme thing that SewQueer has done a few years running now. And lots of community members started it as an opportunity to show off self-made garments for like literal pride celebrations, parades, and, parties, and things like that. And of course, like those are not always in person right now. I think most places are having in-person gatherings. So it's fun to be able to show them off on the internet and how to celebrate Pride celebration. But I also really like to think of it broadly than clothing specifically for specific events, as like making clothes that allow us to express our pride in a whole variety of ways. Do it in like making really exuberant rainbow things. Some people do it making really gender affirming things. Some people do it through making something that like stretches them and like challenges them and they can feel really proud of in that aspect. So I've super enjoyed like everybody's ways in the past. And this year we're going to be hosting it on the blog. So we are asking all of you to submit to us some information and a picture about what you have made for Sew Your Pride celebration or for a that helps your pride. I see Ainsley is here, so let's see if we can't get them. Woo.
All three.
We're still figuring out how Instagram Live works. So, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Hello.
Oh, hello.
How exciting. Hi. I was just giving a little background on Sew Your Pride. But cool. I really want to hear from both of you about what you are making this month. And Bree, you have some really exciting things going on. Do you want to start?
Sure. So this is my first year officially doing Sew Your Pride. I thought I would pull what I did last year because it kind of cracks me up and but was really special. So last year I like made a secret pride dress. So I'll pull it out. So I say secret pride, but it is like full on rainbow. But it was like I didn't tell anybody. because I was still like, it was definitely something, it was really a gift to myself because I wasn't really ready to talk about things. And I mean, I'm still working through what it is to be a like semi-cis person and like in a straight appearing relationship. And like, do I talk about that? What is my privilege? So at the time I like made this because it was like, it totally fits with the story because like it's very like normal passing. I mean, it was like from Joanne and like everyone was making this linen. So that was like my passing dress. And but it really special to me. Like even I told one person, I told my friend Kayla, who's watching right now. Yay. But like, this is my pride dress. Don't tell anybody. Yeah, so it's really like special to me. So with now being part of hosting So Your Pride, it's kind of like a very circular thing. So I just want to say, like, if you want to show us like what you made just for you and that you don't want us to tell anyone, we won't. Like, we will share the joy like just among our team. If you want to submit, there's an option for that. But like, because for me it was really special to give that gift to myself and allow myself to a secret meaning of clothes. They have so many secrets and so many like beautiful memory holding, meaning holding. I wasn't ready to tell people, but like I could be close to something like in my clothes, if that makes sense. I know that is very like very heady, but yeah, that's how it is. So that was what I made last year, and it was super special. This year, I am making a very, very simple outfit. And when I was thinking about So Your Pride, I was, thinking about like this story that I'm working through and working towards. And, for so long, like so many of us, I disqualified myself from being queer entirely because I was like, well, I'm lady enough. Like, I guess I can just, squish myself in the rest of the way and be fine. And I do still like very much identify as ladiness. But that's not the only thing. So, but I thought for so long that if I wasn't full on, whatever, that I wasn't really queer. So to kind of like, as a mark of like stopping that kind of thinking, I'm going for a really, really subtle pride outfit. And that is, I'm making a striped t-shirt and a pair of pants. So I'll show you the pants because I just finished these last week. They're purple linen. I know I'm going to wear them all the time. That's the other thing about this outfit is in the Netherlands, we're not out of lockdown. There are no pride events that I will be going to, because it's not safe yet. But these are the free range slacks from Sew House 7. And I love Sew House 7 because they're from Portland, like me. So every time I like sew up something from them, I'm like, yay, Portland. And just for like size stuff, these go up to a 65-inch hip. If you're interested, I made like the one little back pocket, and the best part, oh, you cannot see it, but it says made with pride. It's one of our SewQueer labels. So I love these. I haven't worn them because I like want to keep them perfect for pictures, So as soon as I make up the top, I will wear them like all the time. So that is going to be this gorgeous stripy cotton jersey. And it's 100% like my color palette. It's purple and green with mustard. And I'm just like, my whole vibe for this was like 70s lesbian. So I'm so excited. I'm making the Jackson tee from Helen's Closet. I don't know if I said that already. So it's kind of going to be like a boxier t-shirt. I love the pattern, and it goes to a 58-inch hip, I believe. Yeah, so it's going to be like really boxy, really purple, really stripy. So I'm super stoked. I'm really, really excited. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for Pride, really leaning into everyday wearable things that are like still vibing with my queerness and affirming me on like an everyday level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And things that like, you know what they mean. And so like you can kind of like hold yourself in that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. Also, those stripes are fabulous. I'm really excited to see the t-shirts. I really like that fabric a lot.
Yeah, it's really awesome. I'm really grateful. I saw it at Sew Me Sunshine, and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. I don't want to pay like duty fees because Brexit is terrible. And then a friend found it for me like within the EU, so I was like so grateful for my friend Anna who helped me. So then there's like a little bit of like that warm community like in this t-shirt too.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. I love it so much.
Yay. Ainsley, what are your plans?
Yeah, tell us about yours, Ainsley.
Absolutely. Sorry, I muted myself for a bit because there's wind chimes out the window here, and I suddenly was like, everyone can hear the wind chimes, and it's blocking out. Breathe, like, mute yourself so the wind chimes go away. So I've never really sewn for Pride before. I also just like tend to be someone who sews kind of like when I can. And so this year, what I am sewing for Pride is like it's a first time thing for me. Um, and I am doing underwear. This is my first, I mean, I talked about this when we did our kind of like hellos last time of like, I'm really excited to learn from people on the blog about underwear because like, I don't know a whole lot. I haven't sewn with knits before, but I got a bunch of test fabric, which I forgot to bring with me to this moment, so you'll have to use your imagination, that I bought. One of them is just like these kind of pastel rainbows, and then one is dinosaur. It was all the kids' fabric, right? Dinosaurs with rainbows in their backs. So like I mean, everyone dinosaurs, like it's a little rainbow, and I was like, this is the cutest thing. Um, and I'm just hoping to like make a first pair of underwear for myself. And like I doubt it's gonna be perfect. It's definitely not. But like it's a starting point for me, and I think that is what feels so rich and like joyful and like proud. And kind of like Brie, what you were saying, the sort of like the community of it is that Mel from Aqua Underwear, who makes amazing custom undies that everyone should go look at and buy because they're fantastic, has been helping me like find some things to work with. So like she recommended it's by Made for Mermaids, the Gable Boxer Briefs is I think what it's called. And she's been sharing some resources with me and kind of like helping me figure out how to like grade for my hips to waist because men's patterns don't account for all this. And so I am just like really excited to get into that. And today I'm going to start working with my pattern, hopefully cut out some fabric, who knows? And if all goes well, my Pride outfit will be a pair of underwear with rainbow dinosaurs. With dinosaurs with rainbows in them. They're not actually rainbow dinosaurs. The dinosaurs have the rainbows. Yeah, and I think that'll be my first time like sewing for a thing in particular, as opposed to like trying to find the time to sew and like, having grand plans and timelines and nothing ever happens accordingly, no matter how well I plan them. Yeah. And I think there's something too about like having undergarments that you've made for yourself to be like, no matter what else I'm wearing for any occasion, but like in Pride Month specifically, you can be like, I'm wearing my fucking undies that I made. Like, I got like, you can't see it. Like, this Pride is just for me. And there's something like so special and just kind of like delightful about that. Um, Yeah, that's my pride plans. We'll see we'll see how the undies go. Could be that they're so horrible that like I cannot wear them because they bring me so much like discomfort and disjoy, but like I think they're going to be absolutely delightful. And I'm so grateful for all of the support that I've gotten from community folks. Um, and we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
I'm so excited about them. The fabric is amazing. Also,
Hmm.
there's a for the fabric, so that is
It
if
was
you could
yeah. Yeah, it
tell
was
us where you
from
got.
I got it from Joanne's. Because I wanted something, that I didn't care too much about, but was still fun. So, yeah, it's in their kids' fabric section.
So cute.
Why do they give kids the most like delightful and joyful things? I don't understand why companies think that adults, people over 18, don't like fun. What's that
So
about?
true. So true. Amazing. I'm so excited to see how that goes. Yay. I also have not usually made something specifically for Pride. I made a crop top, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, that had a pair of scissors on it. And I was like, this is my like sewing lesbian shirt. And that was in June. So it counted as Pride. It was sort of my homage to Pride. But it's interesting because as I was thinking about this and when we decided to do this little live, I was like, what is my relationship to Pride like as a sort of event and celebration right now, not just as a like concept and thing that I hold dear. Um, because I now live in a pretty small city in the like pretty conservative part of the Midwest. And I've lived in large cities before this. So as an adult who has been like out in the world, I lived in like near Boston and in Dublin and in Minneapolis, all of which are big cities that had pride celebrations that were established and like queer communities that were established. And I have now moved to a city that my new colleagues were very excited to tell me put on their first Pride parade 2 years ago. And then immediately COVID happened, so there has not been one since. I know. It's just, oh, it's very cute. And um, it's really interesting because it's like a process of kind of coming back to a kind of rural context that I haven't been in since I was growing up. And even the place I was growing up was near a bigger city than the city is, even though I was growing up outside of the city and on a ranch. Um, and I have like many feelings about that and sometimes conflicted feelings about that. And it's making me think about like what do I wear, not just like when I'm in the classroom, which I like feel pretty comfortable in now, but like what do I wear when I'm at the grocery store? Like, what do I wear in this space? And is that different than what I would have been wearing in Minneapolis, a year ago? Well, I wasn't going anywhere a year ago, but 2 years ago we could say. Um, yeah, and I'm trying not to, I don't want to let it change me in a way where I'm feeling like ashamed or hiding who I am. So it feels more like a negotiation of like, what does it look like to be myself in this place? And so one thing that I made very recently, and I haven't actually taken pictures with it yet, is my Western shirt that is like the gayest Western shirt anyone could possibly have. It's the Cornell shirt from Elmy Textiles, and it's pink, and it has horses on the bottom and speckles on the yoke and piping. And it's got like the shaped yoke in front and the shaped yoke in back. And then I did the like little like cuff placket things, like a Western shirt. And I'm like, this is bringing me so much joy. This is like horse girl roots with like gay femme exuberance. And I'm so happy with it. So yeah, this is my pride. Pride, So Your Pride shirt, I think, right now, because I think it like uh, was a process of kind of like coming back to myself in a way, and coming back to like roots that I've been negotiating and been trying to think about like what I feel about them for a long time, and being in this particular place that I am is inspiring a lot of those thoughts right now. So yeah, so I'm excited to wear it. I am excited to get some pictures of it so I can share it as well. It's very wrinkled right now. It needs a press, but then I will.
It's beautiful. Like that is an absolutely incredible garment. And I love what you were saying about just like it's joyful. And I think when I think about like pride, like my first few prides, I was like, I have to wear all of the rainbow things that I possibly can. And I was like, oh God, no, I don't. Like what brings me joy? Like what brings me and my queerness joy? Like sometimes that is like shortals. Sometimes it's a button up like with a collar chain and like, looking real like crisp. Sometimes it's just fucking underwear and some like, it's like how do you celebrate your pride in things that like bring you joy and make you feel at home in your body? Ugh, I love it so much.
Yeah, I also like super feel that impulse to like wear all the rainbows all the time at first. And then it's like, which rainbows bring me joy? Do I want to wear rainbows? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I have very particular feelings about the specific shades of the rainbows that I like. And so,
Mm-hmm.
rainbow, because I have tastes that are very specific. uh, so that idea of like, how do we find what brings us joy and like just makes us feel like in our bodies, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and I think also like in community, right? Like some of these things can be really like subtle way of like flagging. They can be like a subtle nod to history, like the 70s lesbians.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like, what are we creating that helps us feel those connections is just like one of my favorite parts about seeing people snakes around this time of year, or all the time really. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so excited. Also, just because I'm wearing it, this is my newest make, this dress, which has 2 tiers of gathers that took me 4 fucking ever to do because there's like multiple yards of fabric in this.
It's fantastic and it looks like all of your colors, like all of your color palette in one, which is just incredible.
I know. I realized I actually have that I painted that is literally these exact 3 shades. So I was like, this is, I have a palette. There is, there's a choice. I should have brought it in so I can show it off. It's the exact same colors because, you know. um, so for So Your Pride, Brie, I'm really glad that you brought up like sharing it, even if you're not quite ready to share it totally publicly, because the submission form for So Your Pride has a few different options you can choose on it. So literally, if you are just like not ready, but I want to be seen by someone, but maybe not the whole world, give it to us. We'll look at it, we'll enjoy it, and you can just check off like don't share, and we won't share it. If you are like, I'm ready to be included on the blog, but maybe I'm not out on Instagram, or I don't want to Instagram handle, you can do that as well. You can check off that you want to be shared on the blog, but not tagged on Instagram or your Instagram handle. So there's some choice there in how you want to be shared. And our hope is really that that gives everybody a chance to share in a way that Instagram has been kind of hard to include. Folks aren't really able to be out in their own Instagram, on their own Instagram feed yet, just because of the way Instagram is structured. It's really hard to do that. So we're really excited to have this option where like you exactly where contributions will be shared. So the form to share with us your So Your Pride makes is up on our website. You can get to the link in our bio, and you can upload a picture and tell us a little bit about what you made, what fabrics are used if you'd like. And we're going to do a big roundup on July 1st. the submissions that we get to celebrate everybody's. Do you have other thoughts about Sew Your Pride that you want to share?
Just that
I'm
I'm
just
super excited. Yeah. Like for me, this is really like my first like real Pride event. 'Cause, yeah, like coming into queerness like during COVID, this is kind of my first like community thing. So I'm so excited to see what everybody makes and or has made. If you have a Pride outfit from the past you want to share, that's fine too. But like tell us what it means to you, and we're really so excited to connect. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is, I mean, like, yes, so much excitement for this, and I think it feels really special in this, time when like in person COVID is still and in person is still and like to be able to connect with folks and celebrate in this way that is like queer joy, queer resilience, like queer creation and expansiveness and dreaming and futures in like in such a like wide, far-reaching way when we've all been living in these tiny little pockets. And yeah, very excited to be a part of it and to see everybody. Um, yeah, very excited.
Yeah, me too. I just like have always been so excited to see everybody's names. Like that's been the most rewarding part of SewQueer anyway. And I think Ainsley, I want to second what you say that like in this moment of like not being able to be in person, like it feels really lovely to be able to create and affirm community here in this space. So
Hmm.
yeah. We're really excited to see what you make this month or what you've made in the past and to hear your thoughts about how it helps you express your pride. And we're really looking forward to being able to share that roundup at the end of, well, the beginning of next month. So thank you all for joining us here. This is going to come up on our IGTV and up on our YouTube page where you can get it. And we hope you continue to follow along with all the really exciting the vlog this month. We've got good things coming. So thanks all. Have a good rest of your Sunday. And I hope to see lots of you on. Bye. Thanks for joining.
Goodbye, everybody.